Good evening and welcome to this special news report. Tonight we will have an exclusive interview with President Roosevelt covering U.S. strategy in the Pacific War. Good evening, Mr. President.
Good evening.
Now, to my understanding, the Pacific War is putting quite a strain on the U.S. economy. Why did you choose to pursue such an action?
Although the war is indeed taxing on our country, we must prove to Japan that their actions cannot and will not go unchecked. The bombing of Pearl Harbor is a direct attack on our civil rights and liberties, and we must respond to that threat.
I see. So what strategies are we employing to avoid such tragic events like the Bataan Death March?
Yes, our defeat and loss of nearly 1,400 men in the Philippines was devastating. However, we have decided to island hop, quote-unquote, instead of a dominating, all-out, crushing defeat on with Japan. We have decided to take minor, very small victories in small islands, approaching Japan, and through this we hope to conserve resources and to save our troops from further death.
Have you considered any other ways to ultimately defeat the Japanese?
Well, around mid-April-ish, we implemented the Doolittle Raid.
Now, the Doolittle Raid, I've heard of that. Could you extrapolate?
Yes, it was our first direct bombing on Japan. We bombed several key cities, including Tokyo, and it truly shocked the nation, specifically Japan, or what other nation. But although it wasn't a battle, our mission and dominance boosted our morale, and it helps the troops gain the spirit and power and courage to push forward and defeat the Japanese.
That sounds like an effective strategy. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. President.
It was my pleasure.
Now we turn to the perspective of an observer of the Doolittle Raid. Welcome. Tell me about your experience with the bombing.
当天我不记得我在做什么，可是呢，我知道日本当时好像是在打仗的时候，我们比较领先，所以呢，我认为美国呢，他们是迫不得已才能这样来攻击我们的。然后呢，我也认为这样也是错的。
Why do you think the Americans decided to bomb Japan directly?
我个人认为这样打仗是错误的。我觉得，你平常你不用打架的时候，你可以讲话，你可以讲出来，你不一定要去攻击别人。
What is your personal opinion on the war?
我觉得美国去攻击日本呢，是因为日本首先攻击了中国，然后呢，德国他也去攻击法国，所以呢，假如我们不去保护我们自己的话，我们会受到伤害。
Thank you for your perspective and best of luck to you in the future. This concludes our evening news segment. Thank you for joining us. Have you considered any other ways to start over?
Just keep going. Just keep going.
What?
Just keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, just go.
I see. That sounds like an effective strategy. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. President.
It was my pleasure.
Okay. don't stop. Just okay.
Yeah.